In our last investigation, we exposed the disposable home crisis. We showed you how volume builders have systematically replaced durable materials with engineered failures, how piece rate labor guarantees rushed framing, and how the arbitration clause in your purchase contract already stripped your legal rights before you moved in. The response was overwhelming. Thousands of you asked the same question in the comments. If new construction is a trap, and modern appliances are designed to expire and the tools at the big box store are imported junk wearing a familiar logo, what do you actually buy? Is there anything left that is built to last, or has the entire market been captured by the disposable economy? Today we are answering that question directly. We have compiled the survivor list. These are 5 specific products and categories that have refused to participate in planned obsolescence. They are not marketed aggressively. They do not have celebrity endorsements or Super Bowl commercials. They are not optimized for the showroom floor. But they share one defining characteristic. They are engineered to be owned for decades, repaired when they break, and passed down when you are finished with them. This is the anti-consumer whitelist for people who are tired of buying the same thing twice. Number 1, the last real knife. The modern kitchen knife market is a masterclass in cosmetic engineering. Walk into any department store and you will find beautiful blades with ergonomic handles, laser-etched patterns, and packaging that implies professional performance. Most of them are stamped from thin steel, meaning a machine punches the blade shape out of a flat sheet like a cookie cutter. Stamped blades are light, cheap to produce, and cannot hold an edge under real use. Within 6 months of daily cooking, they are functionally dull and structurally useless. The alternative is a forged blade. One specific manufacturer has refused to compromise on this. Victorinox, specifically their Fibrox Pro Chef's knife. The steel is forged, meaning it is shaped under heat and pressure, which aligns the grain structure of the metal and produces a blade that holds its edge under sustained use. The handle is NSF, certified for commercial kitchen environments. Professional line cooks use this knife because it survives the punishment of a real kitchen, not a weekend dinner party. It costs under $60. It will outlast every stamped blade in your block. When the edge eventually dulls after years of use, a $10 whetstone brings it back completely. There is no battery, there is no coating, there is nothing to fail except the steel, and the steel does not fail. Number 2, the mechanical watch. The watch industry spent 20 years convincing you that a smartwatch is an upgrade. It tracks your steps, it reads your messages, it monitors your sleep. It also has a battery that degrades, a screen that cracks, and a software ecosystem that the manufacturer abandons in 4 years, rendering the device a useless rectangle on your wrist. You do not own a smartwatch, you lease it. A mechanical watch operates on an entirely different philosophy. A well-maintained automatic movement from a reputable manufacturer has a functional lifespan measured in generations, not product cycles. Brands like Seiko, specifically their SKX and Presage lines, still produce fully mechanical movements at accessible price points. No battery, no software, no planned obsolescence date. The movement is a system of springs and gears that a trained watchmaker can service, rebuild, and restore indefinitely. We have seen mechanical watches from the 1960s keeping accurate time today because someone bothered to service them. That is not nostalgia. That is a superior ownership model. Number 3, the canvas bag. The modern luggage and bag market is dominated by nylon, polyester, and injection-molded plastic hardware. These materials photograph well and retail at premium prices, but they are fundamentally petroleum products that degrade under UV exposure, abrasion, and temperature cycling. The zipper pulls crack, the fabric delaminates, the shoulder strap stitching fails at the stress point. Most premium bags from recognizable fashion brands are designed with a 3 to 5 year aesthetic lifespan because the business model depends on you buying the next season. The exception is waxed canvas with brass hardware. Brands like Filson, specifically their original briefcase and tote lines, still build bags on this principle. The canvas is thick enough to resist abrasion that would destroy nylon in weeks. The brass hardware does not crack or corrode. When the wax coating eventually wears thin after years of hard use, you re-wax the canvas yourself with a block of wax and a heat gun. The bag does not go in the trash, it gets maintained. Filson has been repairing and restoring their own bags for over a century. That warranty is not a marketing claim. It is a business model built around a product that actually survives. Number 4, the copper cookware. We already know the non-stick lie. Teflon scratches, ceramic chips, the coating ends up in your food, and the pan ends up in the landfill on a 3-year cycle. Cast iron solves the durability problem but creates a weight and reactivity problem for certain cooking applications. The professional solution, the one used in serious restaurant kitchens for 2 centuries, is tin-lined copper. Brands like Moviel still produce copper cookware using the same construction methods they developed in 1830. Copper conducts heat faster and more evenly than any other common cookware material, which means precise temperature control that aluminum and stainless steel cannot replicate. The tin lining is food safe, naturally non-stick under proper heat, and when it eventually wears after decades of use, it can be re-tinned by a specialist for a fraction of replacement cost. You are not buying a pan, you are buying a piece of kitchen infrastructure that your grandchildren will argue over. Number 5. The leather wallet. This sounds trivial until you calculate what you have actually spent replacing cheap bifolds every 2 years. Synthetic wallets crack at the seams, the stitching pulls, the card slots stretch and lose retention. Full-grain leather wallets from makers like Saddleback Leather or Wickett and Craig do the opposite. They break in. The leather compresses to fit your specific pocket. The stitching, done in saddle stitch rather than machine stitch, cannot unravel because each stitch is independent. When one breaks, the rest hold. These wallets come with 100-year warranties, not because it is a marketing gimmick, but because the manufacturer understands the material well enough to make that commitment credibly. Here's the verdict. Every product on this list costs more upfront than its disposable competitor. That is the point. The corporations have trained you to evaluate price at the moment of purchase rather than across the lifespan of ownership. A $60 knife that lasts 15 years costs $4 a year. A $15 stamped blade you replace every 18 months costs $10 a year and fills a landfill with steel that never needed to be there. The disposable economy is not inevitable. It is a choice. And every purchase you make is a vote for the kind of market you want to live in. Buy the forged steel. Buy the mechanical movement. Buy the waxed canvas. Stop funding the replacement cycle.